Topic for this video is major electrical problems, and I'll explain what I mean by that. When you insert the key in this car and you turn it to the run position, like I'm doing right now, certain things don't work, and I'm going to take the key out because this thing's beeping, or the noise is bugging me. The things that don't work are the instrument clusters that come on except for the immobilizer light and the door open light. The windows don't work, and the blower motor for the air conditioning and heater doesn't work. Things that do work are the radio works in accessory and run position. The door locks still work, the interior lighting works, and the headlights still work, the outside lighting. Later on I realized that the things that don't work are the things that turn on when the key is in the run position. And as soon as I realized that, I started to focus on certain areas, and I was able to find the problem with the car. And for the rest of the video, I'm just going to go through the process I went through to determine what was causing the problem. I have this repair manual, which includes a wiring schematic for this car, which is incomplete. I don't really recommend the wiring schematics that they include with this book. I guess they're handy, but they're incomplete. And I chose a circuit that wasn't working in the car, and I forgot to mention the circuit in the a second ago. It's the wiper circuit doesn't work. So I found the wiper circuit in this book here, which is right here. And it shows you there's one wire going into the fuse box for the wiper circuit, and it said it should be hot and start or run, and it gives you the fuse, which is fuse 10 20 amp, and the fuse is located in the central junction box, which is the fuse box inside the car. And so the first thing I did was check to see if this fuse is got power to it when the ignition switch is in the run position. So this is the fuse box that I was talking about, and it's located in the foot compartment of the driver's side. And I took the trim off, and I eventually had to remove this. It's bolted down with 2 bolts or 2 nuts. And anyway, I just found fuse 20, or fuse 10, which is this 20 amp fuse right here. I pulled it out, and I just used this cheap Harbor Freight meter, which I left on. Didn't mean to do that, but to check for 20 volts on both sides of the legs of the fuse where it plugs in, and there was no voltage, so I knew that there was no voltage getting to the fuse for the wiper system. The next thing I focused on was the ignition switch, the electrical switch, which is operated by your key lock, which is located right here. It's just the opposite side of where the ignition lock is at, and that's just clipped in with 2 clips, and you just press the clips down and remove it. And I don't think there's any way I can film this because there's just no room, but I'll try and I just clipped in that, just pressed in that 1 clip, and then on the other side there's another clip. And I'll try and do that while the camera's on. Can't even see where my... And that just pops out, which I think I got it. And I will show you how I check the logic on the switch. So here is the electrical switch, and at this point by the way, I unplugged the battery for this part of the video. But at this point I needed to find a better schematic, wiring schematic for this car, and I found one, and it showed me the the logic for the switch, and I'll be posting pics of some of the stuff I'm talking about in this video. But I just used a small screwdriver here, and that's in the off position. Just turn this, and that's the accessory position, and that's the run position. And then if you go a little farther, that's it's spring loaded. That's where the start the car. And then the wires just pop out here. I just press in this tab, and you can, it's kind of hard with the camera in front of me, but you can just pull out this wiring connector, and then there's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wires. I think this red one is your input wire to the switch. The 12, it's hot, 12 volts. But you can check the logic of the switch. And inside, I'm not sure you can see this because of the lighting, but inside here, all these terminals are numbered, and you'll see the numbers in the wiring schematic. You can check that. So this checked fine. Everything was working there. So the next thing I did is I started looking at the wiring schematic, and found that in between this switch and the 20 amp fuse for the windshield wiper circuit is a ignition switch relay, and I'll show you that next. So the ignition switch relay is located down here in the fuse box. It's located in the driver's foot area, and this is the reason I had to take this off, and is because the relay is located on the back here, and it's this relay right here. So I just pulled this out. It's a 5-pin relay, and I'll show you a quick way to test these, or a quick test, just to see if it's the mechanical part of it is functioning, because the mechanical part is I think is the most vulnerable to failure on these things. So next I'll show you how to do a quick test. So these are the two types of relays you can have in this car. They're 5-pin, and you can have a relay with a control circuit. The control circuit is this part of the relay, because when current flows through this, creates a magnetic field that it moves this arm from 87A to 87. You can also see on the back of this that same wiring diagram, or same how this is how the pin out, the logic of the pin outs, or for the pins. If you have a relay with a resistor, it doesn't matter if you connect 86 is positive or 85 is, it doesn't matter either way. But if you have it with one of these diodes, you want to make sure that this diode is reverse biased, which means you want 86 to be plus and 85 to be negative. And you're going to need to create two wires like this, so you can plug these into pin 85 and 86, and cause this relay to click, this arm to move, to check to see if this thing is mechanically working. So here's the relay with the wires connected to pin 85 and 86, which are all numbered on the bottom here. And when you connect these to positive and negative, since this is a resistor in the control circuit, not a diode, it doesn't matter whether I connect 86 to positive or 85. I should hear a click, and I'm connecting the other wire, which you can't see, right here to the negative terminal, and nothing. You're not getting anything. So just to show you how a good relay should sound, I pulled the relay, which is the exact same relay out of the for the starter. So I'm going to connect this to pin 85 and pin 86. and do the exact same thing, and you'll hear this thing click. Hopefully you can hear it. Let me put it closer to the camera, if I can. Anyway, that's what a good relay should sound like. Now if I take that good relay from my starter circuit and plug it in where this ignition switch relay went, and I plug the battery back in and I put the ignition switch, or the ignition switch, electrical switch back in. Let me get the keys. Turn off this light. And put the key in and turn it on. Suddenly my instrument cluster works, my turn signals work, and my wipers work. So that was the problem. It was just that ignition switch relay, and just got to go get a new one, and which I'm going to do in an hour or two, or actually I'm late and I should be there in about a half an hour, so I got to get going. So that fixed the problem. This video is relatively short. It took me much longer than the length of this video, but hopefully you can get something out of it, and thanks for watching.